What's up, dolls? Welcome back to Corey J's Boutique. Today, I am super excited. I am finally bringing you all another white girl wig install video. So today, we're going to be doing a melted bang wig install on a white girl. If you are interested in learning and watching, continue right now. Okay, so first things first, we're going to braid her hair straight back. We are going to create the foundation so that her wig is super flat and it looks extremely realistic. I'm going to let y'all know this video is very long and very detailed because y'all cursed me out so much about the last video that I made sure that I included every single step for y'all. So step one is braid your hair down. You must have a very flat foundation in order for your wig to look the most realistic. Okay, so while I braid her hair, I just want to talk about the previous install videos and the feedback that I have gotten from those videos. First things first, everyone who is appreciative of the fact that I am doing a wig install series on white women, you are welcome. Like, honestly, wigs are for all women. My wigs are for all women. So make sure the biggest question I got, I think the most asked question was, where do we get wigs from? So CoreyJ'sBoutique.com is my business. I sell wigs for all women. I'm actually getting more into HD lace this year, but I have HD and transparent lace wigs. You guys are seeing me install a transparent lace wig. So this is just to show you that the wigs are going to work for anyone as long as you use certain techniques that I'm going to show you throughout the video. So make sure you guys shop CoreyJ'sBoutique.com. Okay, so another thing I saw as well in the comments, there were a lot of women suffering from hair loss. So if you guys are in the Orlando area or in the Central Florida area at all, and you're experiencing hair loss and you have, you know, you basically need wig help, reach out to me at info@CoreyJ'sBoutique.com, info@CoreyJ'sBoutique.com, and we can talk about getting you a wig and also an install as well. If you are not in the Orlando area and you need a wig, I can obviously ship a wig to you. I can do a ready to wear, ready to ship wig, or you can get it installed by a local hairstylist. But if you have questions, you can also email me at info@CoreyJ'sBoutique.com. Okay, so once all of your hair is braided down, you are going to take the ends of your braids and pull them up and basically just sew them to the part of your braid that is, I guess, attached to your head, if that makes sense. So the free end of the braid, you're going to attach it to the part of the braid that's to your head. The reason why we're doing this is just because we don't want her hair slipping out the back of the wig. You know, it's pretty tacky. Um, so we're just going to sew the back up to secure it. And then after this part, we are going to go ahead and melt her cap on her head for the bald cap method. Okay, so before we put the cap on, I'm going to push her edges back with some Eco Style, and then I'm going to put the cap on and do the bald cap method. Okay, y'all, and while we are here talking about Eco Style and pushing baby hair back, okay, anybody can wear baby hair. And right now, the conversation that me and my model are having is that she wears baby hair with all of her hairstyles. So thank y'all very much for thinking y'all know something, but yeah, anybody can wear baby hair. Okay, but anyways, now that that's out the way, so the cap, we're going to put the cap over her whole head. As you guys can see, she put the front of the cap like down to her nose. That's really just to help me lay it flatter. The further you put it down on your face, the flatter your cap is going to lay. And then I'm going to just take the scissors and cut around her ears, also to lay the sides flatter. and then I'm also going to eventually cut her eyes out as well. So this is just one of my methods of getting the cap to lay really, really flat. The flatter the cap lays, the longer your install is going to last. So you want your install to last quite a while. So that's my little secret. And then we're going to just sew the back of her cap to her braids so that when we cut the front of it off, it's not rolling up in the back, if that makes sense. If not, it's going to pretty much come off. So you definitely need to sew the back of the cap to the braids as well. Okay, so here you're seeing me spray the Got To Be Glue Free spray on her cap so that I can get the front of it to lay flat and lay down. You want to spray multiple layers of this just for security. Yeah, now we're gonna move on to the actual wig, y'all. So this is not my wig, by the way. She actually provided me with this wig. This was a used wig that I actually revamped. I did upload a video of me revamping this wig. So if you guys would like to see it, make sure you go on my page and first subscribe and then watch the video of me revamping her wig. Wig revamps are really important because they're very expensive, and so you will want to be able to reuse your wig, you know. So knowing how to revamp it is definitely going to come handy. So just make sure you guys check out that video as well. Right now, I am using Corey J's Boutique Scalp Blending Palette to basically color her lace to the color that her scalp should be. I'm also going to do this on the top of the wig as well. However, prior to installing, I color her entire lace on the back side to make sure that it looks like her scalp. That means that you're supposed to use your color, guys. So you guys can either use Corey's Boutique Scalp Blending Palette or colors of your choice, but just make sure that it matches your scalp. And here, so basically we're just cutting off the cap now that it's dry. Make sure that your Got To Be Glue free spray dries all the way. Do not start cutting your cap if it's not dry because it will roll back and your install will not last. Okay, boom. So after you cut off all of the excess cap, you're going to want to basically seal the edges of the cap so that it's not seen up under the wig, right? So in order to do that, I just take the same glue that I'm going to lay the lace with, and I'm just going to take it in small amounts. I'm using a small object. My object is my makeup brush. You can use whatever. But I'm just using a small amount and just literally like rolling it down in the direction of the cap. You get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense, y'all. but y'all can see what I'm doing. So literally just like rolling it down, kind of pressing kind of hard. And as you guys can see, I'm literally sealing the edges away. So first you can see the edges, and then when I'm done, you can't see them. Not as much anyway. So now I'm taking the same color and the same brush that I use on the back of the frontal wig, and I'm also using it on her wig cap. Again, this is just to contribute to the scalp-like look of the wig. If you want your wig to look super realistic, these are definitely steps that you should take before applying your wig. So right after you do the makeup, I would definitely take a paper towel and some alcohol and wipe around the edges of the wig cap. Of course, do not wipe on the wig cap because this is going to remove the wig cap. But if you do it right above, that'll basically clean off the space where you're going to need the lace to stick extremely well. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the wig on her head. I basically want to measure where I'm supposed to be putting the wig at, as far as, so basically measuring placement as far as the ears and the front of the wig go. So you'll see me having her push her head back into the wig. Excuse me. You'll see me pulling the wig forward. I'm just trying to make sure that I get the wig on her hairline where I need it to be, in order to be above her natural hairline, but still in a natural space for the hairline to look natural. I hope that made sense, but yeah. Now that her wig is in the proper place, I'm going to go ahead and put 4 layers of glue on her head. Yes, I use 4 layers to make sure that your wig is not coming up in 2 days. Um, oh, that just made me think of another question that I was asked. A lot of you guys ask me, do how long do the wig installs last? Wig installs last 2 to 3 weeks with proper care. It just depends on how you care for your wig install. You know, keep in mind, laces and material is being held together by glue. If it gets wet, it's going to um, basically loosen the glue, essentially. So you have to make sure that your wig isn't getting wet in the shower, making sure that you're tying it up at night so that you don't have friction pulling your hair as you're, moving your head on the pillow. Um, this is not something that you take off every night. If you decide to get a frontal wig, the difference in a frontal wig and a closure wig is that a frontal is going to go from ear to ear, just like this one is right here, and a closure is going to be a piece of lace sitting in the middle of your head. You can move this closure to the side if you want to for a side part. You can wear it in the middle, but moral of the story, you can wear it glueless. But if you do get an install like this one, you cannot take it off every day. That was a really highly asked question, I would say. So 2 to 3 weeks for lace installs with glue. Otherwise, you can get glueless wigs, but they will not be the full lace on the front. They're going to be maybe a 4x4 or a 5x5 closure. Okay, ladies, so make sure when you're applying the glue that you guys are applying very thin layers. You want to do 4 thin layers. I know I said 4 layers, but if you guys can see, I'm spreading little dots of glue equally on her head. I'm not using big globs of glue, and I'm waiting until one layer dries clear before adding another layer. So that's a really, really big thing when it comes to laying your wig correctly. Make sure you use 4 layers if you want it to stick for 2 to 3 weeks, and then also making sure that you use thin layers and letting the layers dry in between. Now you're gonna see me just pretty much laying her lace. So I'm just gonna be pulling and tugging and laying and having her help me hold until it gets where it needs to be, which is on the hairline that we created from the glue. Okay, so now that her lace is placed, in order to actually melt the wig, I'm going to take my tool, which is another makeup brush, and I'm going to use the end of it to basically melt the lace into her skin, making sure that it looks as natural as possible. So this is just another technique that you can use. You can just use something that's flat. I just chose this makeup brush probably because it was the closest thing to me, and I'm just making sure that I really push her lace into her scalp. Make sure you guys do not do this prematurely. If you do, the glue will seep over to the other side of the lace and it will not look good. It will look nasty, unclean, unprofessional. Yeah. So make sure the lace is dry before you guys do so. A good way to do that is, again, doing the thin layers and waiting for them to dry in between. So now I'm just brushing her hair out. Remember, we are doing a bang wig install. So what I did, you guys will see in the other video as well, I actually prepped this wig so that the bangs were already laid. I did not want to have to use a hot comb on her head so much to lay bangs, as might it could have burned her. So I just didn't want to take that risk. Okay, so now I'm just combing the hair out, getting it ready, and we're going to be laying down the sides with some heat using a blow dryer and this comb and the makeup tool just to make sure that the wig is melted in the manner that it should be. Okay, so before we get the blow dryer, I'm going to basically make sure that there's no piece of her lace that is not glued down. Any piece that is not glued down, I'm going to glue it down. and make sure that it is set so that I can then blow dry it, as you guys can see now. Look at her lace though. This looks like scalp. So this just goes to show y'all when people, so okay, another question I get a lot. Do you have wigs for white women? And here's the reason why I tell you guys that my wigs are for all women. And if you watch this entire video, you guys are going to see further. Um, no matter what color you are, you need to color the lace to match your skin color and your scalp. So you can use, again, Corey J's Boutique Scalp Blending Palette, or you can also you can use your own foundation, whatever foundation you have at home, right? So when you do that, you color the lace no matter what kind of lace it is. So my transparent lace wigs will absolutely suit a white woman. My HD lace wigs will absolutely suit a white woman. Just make sure you guys remember that. Okay, looking at the lace, I just had to get that off my chest because so many people reach out to me daily actually with that question. Do you have wigs for white women? I absolutely do. I have wigs for all women. And here is how you guys can install them and make them look natural. So again, I'm just taking the little edges, whatever is not put down, and I'm gluing it down before I do a full blow dry on her lace. So now it's time for me to style the wig. I'm going to basically be cutting the bangs, making the wig look more realistic and also more of what um, my model wanted her wig to look like, okay? So cutting the bang is going to take a while. I basically just made a very detailed video as everyone requested. I had a lot of comments asking me, why didn't I finish the video? Why didn't I show this angle? Why didn't I show that angle? So this is a very, very detailed, very much so a step-by-step video. So right now I'm just going to hot comb the bangs. After hot combing the bangs and making sure that the part looks good, I'm going to cut the bangs and also put some tint on her lace to make it match her scalp more. Okay, so please let this be an example of why my wigs are for all women. Because just like this lace, although this is not my wig, I sell transparent lace wigs. So this is how your wig can look as a white woman. Um, as long as you just, make sure your foundation is flat, make sure you're taking all of the steps that we took in the video, and as well as you guys can see right now, I'm putting that same color that I put on the bottom of the lace and on the top of the wig cap on the top of her lace so that it looks just like her scalp, literally. So I'm going to start cutting the bangs very long. I would highly suggest that you do as well if you are cutting bangs. I just always want to make sure that I'm playing it safe. I'd rather have more than not enough for sure, especially with the bangs. So when you guys are doing bangs, if you do not want a straight across look, you're going to want to cut upward just like I am right now in order to create a very fringe looking bang, okay? You don't want it to be straight across like that. It looks, well, you know what? You might want to if that's the look that you're going for. But that's not the look that she was going for. We were going for a fringe bang. So in order to do so, we kept the sides longer and then we cut the middle shorter, as you guys see me doing right now. But all of the bang is going to be fringed, and in order to do that, again, you cut upward as I'm showing you guys in this video. So again, if you want to skip past the bangs, go ahead and do so because it does take a while. If you want to speed it up, you can do that as well. But I'm just giving you a detailed look at how I have created her bang look. I would suggest if you guys are doing a bang look that you get a small flat iron to make sure that you guys are able to style the Chinese bang, the fringe bang. You want to make sure that it's not too flat, but you don't want it to be too bumped either. So I would suggest using a small flat iron, such as the one that I'm about to use right now. I got this at my local beauty supply store, so they're probably pretty easy to find as well, and you just kind of want to do a flat bump to the bang after you make sure that the roots are flat with the hot comb. Another thing that you can use to style your wig and to make sure that it's laying flat is our CoreyJ'sBoutique.com wax stick. Wax sticks are really great for styling, so I'm going to use the wax stick and the comb to make sure that her part is very, very much so straight and that it looks like scalp. So again, you guys, I'm using my makeup brush and my Corey J's Boutique scalp blending palette to make sure that the part looks very realistic, and do. It looks so good. Wow. Okay, boom. So the last thing I'm going to do to complete her look is just make sure that I flat iron her hair. I included this because again, y'all got on me for not finishing the last style and just, cutting it off. So, fun fact, my camera did die again, but I just used my phone this time. So here I am just straightening the wig, and then in the next few clips, you guys are going to see the final look. Okay, boom. And we are finished. So right now you're just gonna see me doing the finishing touches, but you guys can see that we have completed our melted bang wig install on a white girl. I'm thankful that you guys have watched this video. I hope you were able to watch the other videos that I've done on white women, as well as the how to revive your wig video as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Corey J's Boutique. You guys, we sell wigs and women's clothing. Again, our wigs are for all women. So if you're interested in a wig and you don't know where to start, do not hesitate to email me. We can set up a consultation. Make sure you guys shop the best wigs, period. That's CoreyJ'sBoutique.com. And again, subscribe to our channel. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you guys have video suggestions or questions, do not forget to comment below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.